Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Does Boxing. We're back again with another pregame show. You know what I'm saying? We're going to preview the fight week, June 25th to the 28th, man. We got some big names. We got some good fights and stuff like that. Got a big event on Saturday night, so we're going to cover it all. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Twitter, Instagram, tap into the website, ldusboxing.com. I have the schedule on my website, so you guys can tap in with that. You know what I'm saying? You'll be good to go. All right, let's get to it. Cam J Network, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Martha Prince in the building, what's good with you? Salute to you guys coming through the building. I appreciate it, for sure. All right, let's get to it. So we're going to start tomorrow morning, early in the morning, down in Australia. We got the return of former world champion Leon Paro. So he's fresh off a loss to Richardson Hitchens this past December, lost his IBF title. He's going to face Jonathan Navarro. So this is a good, solid comeback fight for him. Navarro, you know, he's a solid guy, strong guy. He used to be trained by Robert Garcia, but he left them a couple of fights ago. He suffered a loss on Pro Box in his recent fight, but he's actually a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? And he's tough and strong. We're going to see if Leon Paro, get back on the horse because he got some high rankings still with the WBO. He's number 4, and with the IBF, he's number 4. So with a win right here, he can solidify a position at a possible mandatory spot or definitely a title shot down the line. So I'm looking forward to see how he come back, how he bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Leon Paro, he's all right. He's a good fighter too. Only got one loss. I mean, him going to Mexico and beating Sabril Matisse, that's still a big ass win. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people can do that. We got Lynn Wilson on the card, so he's a 2-time former world title challenger. So he came up short a couple of times. He lost to Navarrete and Valdez, but we know Lynn Wilson is a good puncher at 130, big strong guy. And so he trying to get back in position too. You know what I'm saying, for a possible world title. He's facing Jimenez. Jimenez is 22-1. This is a good one though. I like this because Wilson is like in that division 130. He's like a win away from another world title. He getting opportunities. So that's good. In the division is kind of up in the air, and we talked about that before with Lamar Roach, WBA champion. He about to fight Tank. He about to run it back with him. Oshaki Foster about to fight Stephen Fulton. You got the new IBF champion with Sugar Nunez. And then you got Navarrete, who got a running back with Charlie Suarez. So Leon Wilson can get in position to get another big fight. So that's what it is, man. Here's the full card right here. It's one kid on this card to look out for. We got to get some US TV for this, for sure. But Callum Peters, he's going to be a future world champion. You know what I'm saying? He's the goods. Um, he had a high-level amateur career, and they big on him. Now, this is the same promotion company that represents Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? So, Tim Tszyu, they got Michael Zarafa, Tim Tszyu brother. So they are known for running to the smoke. They got Sam Goodman. So I actually like this promotion company. I kind of wish they was based in the U.S. for sure. So yeah, that's what's up though. Hopefully we get some US TV. Looking forward to catching. Yeah, Avis Griffin. Yeah, we're gonna touch on him. Yes, sir. We're gonna tap in with that. JC in the building. What's good with you, bro? Can't wait to see that fight tomorrow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good scrap. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I like Leon Paro though. All right, so we got a women's world title fight. I know this is off the radar. This is what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Definitely nobody's talking about this. Yoko Karoko. She's the WBA champion at 102 pounds. No, actually 105 pounds. Just for 105 pounds. This is the one of the titles left vacant by Sinisa Estrada. She's facing Suzuki. So this fight will be in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see these ladies' resume and stuff like that, their losses and stuff like their record. That don't mean nothing. These ladies be thumping. So it's an opportunity for one of these contenders to win a vacant win the WBA title, and they can go on to bigger and better things. Casavelli is in this division. I think she's the WBC champion. So maybe that's the biggest fight for the winner of this. So we're gonna see, man. I like to showcase these ladies and put it out there. We get another world title fight. That's dope. Moving on to we got a card, King's Promotion. So this is a local show. They have a lot of shows out of Philly. This is another one. Headlined by Julian Gonzalez versus Jason Sanchez. Sanchez been around for a long ass time. Fought just about everybody. So they're gonna headline this show. You have Brittany Sims is on this card. She fights at 118 pounds. Kadir Albright should be on this card, waiting for an opponent, kind of last minute type shit. But there's a lot of young talent on this card. You got Manny Chance. So Manny Chance was supposed to fight last week on that top rank card. His opponent fell out. So he's going to fight on this card. You know what I'm saying? So, get his second fight under his belt. Because, after this, top rank really is slim, you know what I'm saying, after June. They got one card in July, and then they're going to wait for their new deal. So, yeah, this is a pretty solid card with some young talent. I know they do a lot of shows in Philly in that area. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I like Brittany Sims. She should get a world title shot. You know what I'm saying? She got on a nice little win streak. So, hopefully she get a world title shot sometime down the line. All right, let's talk about this one. Top rank. But what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Yo, so we got Christian and Billy versus Magic Selecki. So we want to touch on how we got to this. It's actually a solid card. One of the last remaining cards for Top Rank. So it's gonna be on Friday night, June 27th, live from Canada. So let's touch on it. Here's the full card right here. So you have some notable names. Stephen Butler, he's actually got a late replacement. The guy that stopped him a couple of years ago, Jose Macias. So Macias is from Mexico. He stopped Stephen Butler down there, I think 2021. So everybody Jansen had to pull out. He had like ankle injury. So they brought in this Mexican. They already beat Stephen Butler. Stephen Butler is up and down. He either gonna knock you out or you gonna knock him out. You got Arsenbek Mahmudov, that big, scary looking Russian, but they've been running through him as of late. He got 2 losses as of late. Uh, Jake Caballero stopped him to the body, and then Guido Vanello beat him and stopped him. But he's back. He's going to face Ricardo Brown, 12-0, 11 KOs. They got some good young prospects on this card. John Arevio is good, 13-0. Christopher Guerrero, undefeated welterweight. Wilkins Matthew, that's another good one. I think some people was talking about him in the chat a couple of days ago. So they got some good young fighters. Fendero is another good one. So this is going to be a good card. We got about 10, 11 fights on the card. Live on ESPN Plus on Friday night. So, yes, sir. Let's tap in. Here's the main event. So this is how we got here. So, and Billy versus Selecki is for the WBC interim title at 168. Originally, it was for Billy versus Pacheco. Pacheco pulled out negotiations to go fight Trevor McCumbee on the Ben Rodriguez undercard. And then Selecki, he got the opportunity because he went to Kazakhstan in February and beat the silver champion Ali Akhmadev. Now, before that, Pacheco had stopped Selecki. So I know people wondering, and this is what we do. We be like, Selecki just got stopped by Pacheco. How he get an opportunity? Well, I just broke it down for you. So, and Billy is one of the most entertaining fighters, big, strong guy, coming off a tough fight with Derevchenko. Derevchenko was hurt in that fight. Hurt his bicep early. But in Billy, what a lot of people don't know, he tore his shoulder in that fight as well. So he coming off an injury, long layoff, like 10 months. But, he get active. He like to fight on the inside, big, heavy punches. And Selecki is actually, Selecki can fight. You know what I'm saying? He's been around for a long time. I know he came on short against Pacheco, but he's underrated with his boxing skills, and he got decent power. So this gonna be a interesting fight. I like and Billy is just, I think, gonna be too much for Selecki. So we're gonna see. And then at 168, it just puts Selecki in a big, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely one of the best fighters at 68. Haven't got the right opportunity. And Turkey talking about him fighting on one of his cards in November against Lester Martinez. Lester Martinez about to fight 2 weeks after this in Fresno on the Pro Box card. So imagine and Billy versus Lester Martinez. That's fight of the year type shit. So yeah, man, let's see what we get for sure. Looking forward to that. Let me see. This car is way better than. Oh yeah, of course, the budget is way better, and plus, that car is more so. This is like top rank, and they doing they working with Eye of the Tiger in Canada, so they can have access to better fighters and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one for sure. All right, here we go. So Wilder fight week. Wilder versus Terrell Herndon. This is a comeback fight. This is what it is. We know Wilder is coming off a couple of losses. And the biggest thing for me with Wilder as one of his fans and shit from like day one is the hunger. The hunger we know we just looking at him not having the hunger, that's like the biggest thing. And the biggest thing that draw us to him because he's gonna go out on his shield. But he seemed like he was gun shy in those fights. I know he was seeing it. He just couldn't let that trigger go. In the Parker fight, I know he saw that shit. And it was times where I was like, damn, shoot that shit. But he, you know what I'm saying? Like he was reluctant to do that. And then the Zane fight, same shit. Same shit. I think he probably should have waited a little bit more before he started attacking Zane. And he you know what I'm saying, he pulled the trigger too soon, got caught, and then it is what it is. But now this is probably what he should have did after the Parker fight. Just to be honest, this would go back down. This would get yourself back together, and then fight an opponent like this. Herndon is pretty much a journeyman. Like and these are type of opponents that Wilder was fighting before he got to the mandatory status in the WBC back in 2013, 2012. He was fighting these type of guys. Probably before that. Herndon, he got 5 losses, been stopped a couple of times. Honestly, if this was on the up and up, he shouldn't be in the ring with Wilder. But we got a lot of questions about what Wilder brings to the table. He injury prone. You know what I'm saying? He been stopped a couple of times. And the biggest thing for me, because the injury prone shit, he always fight through injuries. Wilder. There's always something going on, right? Or sick or something going on. But he used to come through that. Now it's like, okay, he injured. Now he can't get through it. So that's something I want to see. And that was because I think maybe he lost his hunger. He was looking good today in the workout, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. I think this is a fight that he should still stop this guy, even given all that shit I just said. Because I seen Herndon fight before. He's a journeyman. You know what I'm saying? You touch him the right way, he gonna be looking to quit. He gonna be looking for somewhere to lay on the canvas. So I expect Wilder to get back in the winner circle, and he's a big name in boxing. Once he get a highlight reel knockout, he'll be back in business. I know he got a couple of fight deal with my man over there, Collective. So we'll see, But I expect him to win. This fight is going down Friday night. Pay-per-view.com. I think it's like $24 if you guys trying to tap in with it. Pay-per-view.com is like normally where I watch my pay-per-views. Don't have no issues. So if you guys interested, feel free. And this is a fight that Wilder can get back on the horse, look good, and then on to the next. You know what I'm saying? We have another interesting fight right here. Dion Nicholson versus Williams. This is a good one. This is a light heavyweight. This one should be fun. Devontae Williams, undefeated fighter. Dion Nicholson is rated in the WBA at 175. So he's not too far from a world title or a big fight. So this should be fun. Dion Nicholson is getting busy too. He's an action packed fighter. You know what I'm saying? As far as the rest of the card, you got Nico Hernandez, the Olympian. It's not like a crazy card. I get it. But it's definitely a card for the local guy, the local talent, and the fighters in Wichita, Kansas. So, man, we tapping in for Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where that shit at. We tapping in. So let's go. So we got this card right here from the UK, GBM boxing, right? We got some notable guys on the card. Shakon Peters is going to headline versus Brad Ray. That's a light heavyweight fight. Shakon Peters is like 6'6". You know what I'm saying? Good fighter. Shaquille Thompson, middleweight contender. Shaquille Thompson turned down Janibek fight. They was trying to get him to fight Janibek in April, but he turned it down. So he's back. Sean McComb is on the card, so we know him. We know what he did to uh, Barbosa. So I was looking to see if he can get something big off that performance, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? I said 100. Salute to you. He said, anything about Ricardo Brown. I got my eye on that fight. Man, Ricardo Brown's a big, strong dude. He's like 6'5", big dude. But I only seen limited footage of him. He don't really have a lot of shit on tape. But if you can find some shit, send that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, with Mahmudov, he's another one that his aura kind of been broken too. So yeah, this card right here you can find on the Zone. So Saturday early morning or late afternoon, if you guys want to tap in. GBM is a new promotion company. They've been actually doing real well. They got some notable guys like Maxie Hughes. They had Terry Harper on their card. I mean, there's actually I like the promotion. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you guys interested, tap in with that. Here's another good card right here. You got some good names on it. So we got John Pascal versus Michelle Sislak. This for the WBC interim title. We're going to touch on that. But we also have the return of Marcus Brown. He's facing Dora Dola. And this is like a WBC international title, cruiserweight title. We know Marcus Brown is a southpaw, U.S. Olympian, been around for a while. He moved up to cruiserweight a couple of fights ago, but he's been very inactive. He's facing Duradola, who is chinny. This is another one where if he gonna get you or you gonna get him. So Duradola been knocked out a bunch of times. So Marcus Brown has the skill advantage. You know what I'm saying? Can he take the power if he get touched? But I expect Marcus Brown to look good. And if Marcus Brown wins, he gonna be, in the driver's seat to get another world title shot or get back in position. At cruiserweight, I don't know how old Marcus Brown is, but I know he came out with Earl Spence. He was in that Olympic class. So I'm guessing around 35, 36. He got one more last run. You know what I'm saying? And if he's healthy enough, he's talented enough, he's skillful enough. Let's see how he looks. This card right here, you can catch it on Triller TV for sure. You got Patrice Voney. So Patrice Voney is a good middleweight contender. He just gave Emma Williams some good work. Came up short, but he gave him some good work. He came up short for a world title opportunity in an eliminator versus Falcao. That was on the Crawford and Porter undercard. Volney is a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Got a good tight high guard, good jab, and I'm glad to see him back though. You know what I'm saying? Losing to Ammo in March, but he right back in June. Right back in June, so that's some good shit. All right, Sislak versus Pascal. So this is interesting though. These are two veterans. Pascal is like 42, 43. Been around for a while, you know what I'm saying? He got that old man type of fighting style. He'll kind of lull you to sleep and hit you with a big overhand right. Then he get tired. He's going to get tired. That's one thing you know. He wing a lot of shots. He's very crafty, you know what I'm saying? He be playing possum, you know what I'm saying? Act like he hurt, but then he'll hit you with a big right hand. He's definitely faded, but at cruiserweight, he can still compete because he got the power, got the experience, he got the know-how. But I think this is a tough ass fight because Sislak is tall, rangy, got good pop, been in with some good guys. This is a fight that Sislak should be favored, to be honest. I know they fight in Canada, so that's Pascal fight well in Canada, other than the two Kovalev fights. But Sislak, I think he's the favorite. I think he wins this fight. This is the last chance, basically, for Pascal, and this is for the WBC cruiserweight title. So, cruiserweight interim title. So the winner of this fight is the mandatory for Badou Jack. And they got a crazy situation with the WBC cruiserweight title. A bunch of eliminators and mandatories and shit like that. But the winner is in position to fight Badou Jack. If it's Pascal, that's a rematch. So actually, I like Sislak in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Sislak can win. It's funny that two Polish fighters, Sislak and Selecki, fighting in Canada. I feel like they should just put all these fights on the same card. You know what I'm saying? But this one is actually on Saturday, so we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Solid card, got some good names on it. All right, so here's the on Saturday. This is a big event though, and I like the card too. Jake Paul and Chavez. I don't got no breakdown for this, but I just like the card, and I think it's gonna be entertaining. But as far as the young guys on the card, I like this one, Joshua Edwards. So he's looking like maybe he can be the next heavyweight hopeful. You know what I'm saying? Coming through, he's an Olympian. He's trying to be 3-0. He had 2 good knockouts. You know what I'm saying? They keeping him busy on Golden Boy, and he'll be back. They just added him to the card, so he'll face Dominique Hardy. I mean, I like Edwards. Edwards got some skills. He got some pop. You know what I'm saying? Got some good speed. So yeah, it's good. Heavyweight, like it used to be crazy back in the day when we see up and coming heavyweights, American heavyweights come through, we get behind them. We kind of lost that shit, right? And to be honest, we disrespected Wilder. We really didn't get him his just due when he was champion and coming through. You know what I'm saying? So y'all kind of dropped the ball on that. So and then now when we see up and coming heavyweight American heavyweights, we don't even get behind them because we think they ain't gonna make it anyway. So I'm gonna get behind this guy. I like Joshua Edwards. He's a fun fighter. So look out for him. He should be on the prelims. Here's some more prelims. So there's a lot of fights on this card, which I love. Scrappy Ramirez, he's facing Henderson. That should be an interesting fight. Henderson fights at 108. He's jumping up a couple of divisions. You know what I'm saying? He normally his natural weight is 108. He's gonna fight Scrappy at 115. Scrappy is close to a world title shot as well. Joel Arate, another good fighter. I think he's from Bakersfield, undefeated. Man, they can Golden Boy can step him up though. This is my 2 guy. I think gonna stop him early as well. But Arate is a good looking prospect that Golden Boy has. I think he like 9-0, something like that. He got a lot of fights. He just turned pro last year, and he got a lot of fights for his 2 years. Victor Morales versus Rene Alvarado. That's gonna be fun. Alvarado is a former world champion. He gave Lamont Roach one of his toughest fights back in the day. Victor Morales been out. He been having that illness, that same shit that Virgil Ortiz had, that rhabdo. So he was supposed to fight for a WBA eliminator or world title at 126, but he got that illness, so he had to move up to 130. That should be fun. And then Gaethje is another up and coming prospect on Golden Boy. Then you have some more fun. We got hella fights and big names on this shit. Yeah, there you go right there. Yep. I got you covered. Yep, Curiel is on the card. You got Holly Holm is coming back to boxing. You know what I'm saying? She's a boxing Hall of Famer. She's just coming back over from the UFC. So MVP signed her with the intentions of maybe getting the winner between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. You know Holly is a big name. So she's coming back. She's facing an undefeated opponent. This fight is at the lightweight division. So yeah, so she we'll see how she look. We haven't seen her in like 12 years. When Holly was back in her day, Holly was nice. Now she was a good boxer. Not really a big puncher, but she was a southpaw boxer that would move, had a good jab. You know what I'm saying? Then she went to MMA, and then all that shit went away. So we're gonna see. This is like a learning experience. Real Correa versus Victor Rodriguez. This is a WBA final eliminator at 147. Curiel is an aggressive fighter. I like him. He's strong, tough. He had a good fight with Alexis Rocha that ended in a draw. The dynamic in this, he switched trainers for this fight. He was with Freddie Roach. Now he's with Robert Garcia. So we're gonna see how that connection look. And Curiel is in line for a world title. For my money, I think if Curiel wins, the WBA going to order Curiel versus Giasov for the interim title. We know Rolly is the WBA world champion. Rolly didn't get elevated. That's a misconception by a lot of fans. You know what I'm saying? Once Boots vacate his WBA super title, Rolly just becomes the WBA world champion. He don't get elevated to super status. You only get the WBA super status if you unify. So we can correct that amongst these boxing streets. A lot of people kind of miss that. But they gotta do something for Giasov. Giasov's supposed to get Rolly. I don't think Rolly gonna fight Giasoft because he got eyes on the Pacquiao Barrios winner or a bigger fight on the PBC. So what they'll probably do, this is what me following the rankings and what I've been seeing. They'll probably do Giasoft, the mandatory, versus Courier if he wins, or Rodriguez, whoever wins, for the WBA interim title. That's what I see. Avis Griffin versus Julian Rodriguez, Hammer Hands. When Hammer Hands was in his day, he was a big puncher, strong when he was on Top Rank. He lost to Pedraza and they got rid of him. Recently, I only heard of Rodriguez for talking about Tank old sparring and shit a long time ago. Griffin can fight, yo. He with Bomac in them, you know what I'm saying? So you know he getting some good work. He's a tall, rangy guy that can punch. I think he's 17 in those 16 knockouts. He's definitely looking for the kill, but he can outbox you too. Rodriguez is gonna have to be easy in this fight. Fight kind of cautious because if he kind of is overextend himself, he can get countered with some shit that he don't see. And Griffin is punching, and he got a killer instinct. This is gonna be a good one. This is the first fight with MVP for Griffin. This is a WBA regional title, so he put himself in position to get ranked and maybe get a big fight. This is an interesting fight. And then you got Naomi Valle versus Ashley Felix. So Naomi is signed with MVP, and she's the younger sister of Yokasta Valle, former. She's a 2 division world champion. She fought Sinisa Estrada. So Naomi is a bigger puncher than her sister. She's younger, but she's a bigger puncher. Haven't really fought like big competition, but she's actually can fight. This is gonna be an entertaining fight for the card. So make sure y'all tap in, and then we're gonna keep it going. We still got some more. That's why I like this card so much. This is an underrated fight right here, man. We gotta tap into Schofield versus Tevin Farmer. Bro, Mike in the building. What's good with you, bro? Surprise, Courier and Rocha didn't run it back. Nah, because Rocha was about to fight a WBO eliminator versus David Papat April 19th, but he got injured. So he dealing with some injuries. So they decided to go separate ways, and then Courier got a new trainer. So maybe they thought it was, better to go different ways. And if you don't know, Alexis Rocha get a lot of his. He actually trains at Robert Garcia's gym, even though he's not trained by Robert Garcia. So it probably been a conflict of interest to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a good fight. And I'm with you. It was similar to that fight you talking about, but that's why. You know what I'm saying? Schofield versus Foreman, man, interesting fight. Kind of like a crossroads fight at a different type of level because Foreman been getting a lot of opportunities as of late, but they bringing him back for a reason. These matchmakers is bringing him back for a reason to kind of test their guy, but ultimately not to win. I see this in this case too. I think Farmer do got the he definitely got the experience advantage. He definitely got the know how. I just feel like I don't always trust fighters and go with them and pick them to win based off them coming up short. I feel like he came up short in all 3 of those big high profile fights he had. I thought more Tyler beat him down the stretch, even though it was a good competitive fight. He got tired down the stretch and he lost that fight to me real close, 96-94 or something like that. The first Zepeda fight, I thought that was closer, but then again, like I said, the back half of the fight, I thought Zepeda kind of took over, was all working him. The second fight was kind of flip flopped than the first one. Zepeda got up to a good start. It looked like he was going to stop Tevin Farmer. Then Tevin got back in the fight, but I still thought Zepeda did enough. They did miss a knockdown late in that fight for Farmer. So he has cause to say, bro, I won all 3 of those fights. You know what I'm saying? This fight right here, he's facing a different type of fighter. A guy that's more athletic, kind of unorthodox, kind of tricky. You really don't know what you're going to get from this guy because he switches in the middle of his stance. He kind of explosive. And then again, he got a lot of flaws. So Schofield is kind of tricky to me. He got good power, stuff like that. I think he got good fundamentals, good reflexes and stuff like that. So if it's that type of fight, it could be, it's a 50-50 type of fight because Tevin Farmer, if you're going to box with him, he can do some good things. You know what I'm saying? Because he can kind of outbox you, slip and slide. We got good defense and stuff like that. but I can see him getting outworked playing that game as well. If he try to take it to the trenches against the young man, that could be a play. Take him to the trenches, fighting the inside, like how he pushed back Zepeda. If he can fight Zepeda like that, he can fight anybody like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. My gut feeling, I like Schofield in the fight. Actually, I do, because I think he'll probably outwork him down the stretch, and the pot shots and be a little bit quicker than Tevin. But if Tevin make it like a dog fight and make it his type of fight, slow the pace down, he can definitely win. It's interesting. It's basically a WBA eliminator. The WBA ranked Tevin Farmer at number 11 out the blue, right? And you got Schofield, he's number 2. Williams Zepeda is number 1, but he about to fight Shakur. So it's basically an elimination fight in the WBA. So it's interesting though. So I don't really go off like what Schofield's team did and the bad press they got. That's not making me pick him to win. You know what I'm saying? And that's not going to deter my pick. Like I know a lot of people just want to see Tevin Farmer beat him because of what transpired against Shakur or whatever. That's not how I do my breakdowns. I look at the fights and what I see, and I'm thinking like, bro, I think his athletic ability might be a little bit too much, a tad bit too much for Farmer, but I don't see him dominating Farmer. Just being a little bit more youthful, if that makes sense. But we'll see. Farmer definitely can win this fight, though. Definitely can win this fight. I think Tevin might upset him. I was thinking about that fight earlier today. Yeah, he could. He definitely could. I don't see nobody getting washed, but it's interesting. Teach in the building. What's good with you? Salute to you. He said, I'm going for broke here. I'm leaning towards farm by upset. What? Yeah, okay. Let's get it. Let's get it. 50-50. I think it's 50-50. It's a good 50-50 fight for the lightweight division. Zerto versus Dorticos. This is an interesting fight, too, because Dorticos, he going to be, one thing about Dorticos, he's throwing that 1-2 down the pipe. If he don't do nothing else, he throwing that shit down the pipe. There's a couple of interesting things about this fight. Dorticos haven't been in the ring for a while. I think he fought on the AB and Blair Cobb's card. It was off TV. He had an early stoppage victory. We know Dorticos is a big, strong puncher, definitely with the right hand. You know what I'm saying? And he's tough, strong, Cuban. He's in that style of Cubans that trying to take your head off. And he was probably the one leading the way with that. A lot of people wasn't on that. I like Dorticos. I just think his ring, his activity is gonna get to him. Zerto been looking like a different fighter at cruiserweight. Good boxer. You know what I'm saying? He been boxing his ass off since he moved up to cruiserweight. I think this gonna be another case in point because I think Zerto actually gonna be the bigger guy in the ring, and I think he got the better skills, and he gonna be able to push Zerto. If he can push Dorticos back, might be one sided. The other coach do fight like a high guard, and he'll kind of accept some shots. I don't know if he can do that against Zerto because Zerto is a good body puncher, even at cruiserweight. I like Zerto. I think Zerto, shoot, I can see Zerto getting off to an early start, outboxing him, and I don't know if he got the big power to stop Dorticos. Maybe we'll see, but I think he's gonna get out to a good, a good lead and outbox Dorticos. So we're gonna see. It's a big time fight because this can lead to a big time unification with Jay Abataya, who's supposed to be in attendance. Jay Abataya got the IBF. Zerto has the WBA. WBA and WBO. So that's a big time unification, and that's a fight we need right there. So yeah, that's what it is, man. This is a big card. It's a big card. I like it. It's gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't got no breakdown for this one, but I like the event with all these fighters and shit. They fighting in Anaheim, so they're gonna have a prelims, the main card, and then I think this is on pay per view or some shit. This is on pay per view. So if you guys want to tap in, feel free. All right, so that's all I got, man. It's a big fight week. A lot of good fights. Friday, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We got the Australian card. Got a lot of good stuff. Salute to everybody coming through the building, man. Make sure you guys touch on that like button. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got, and I'm out.